tap.
Hey folks, welcome back to From the Holler. It's time once again for our midweek
Hi.
chat and check-in. As you can see, we have a visitor right off the bat. He will not be in here for very long, right?
Why not?
Because
Why
Nanny's
not?
got stuff to talk about.
Okay, bye.
um, On this channel, we are dedicated to loving and supporting each other through our loved ones' addictions. And we are a safe and judgment-free community. I love this community. And I thank you all for spending a little bit of your time with me this evening. I want to say that right off the bat. I want to wait. I'm going to give it just a few minutes for others to hop on, okay? If you're here for the first time, be sure to say hey in the comments if you're able to. I would love to acknowledge your presence here. I love doing that, okay? Hey, Pippa, I am doing well. Thank you for asking. Thank you. I appreciate that. So, yeah, we're going to... Hey, Marianne. Hey, Patricia. We're going to wait just a few minutes, okay? Hey, Susan. Praying for you too, baby. And then we're going to get started. If you saw the title of this live chat, hey, RL. Long time no see. Hey, Dana. Yes. Glad everybody can be here this evening. If you have looked at the title of this live chat, you will know that this has been my look past 2 days, okay? That's been my look, okay? Hey, Dawn. Hey, Miss Debbie. Thank you. Sending you love right back from the great state of Tennessee. So, yeah. We're going to talk about that, okay? Oh, honey, you got them. You got them. No problem at all with that. I hope things are getting better for you. Hey, Kathy. Hey, Ashley. So it looks like we've got a pretty good group going on here. So yeah, let's jump right into what's happening. Why I have been holding my head and shaking it. And I probably got, hey Erica, I probably got lines, right here, because it's like, it makes my head hurt. Okay, it does. It does. So, let's just jump into it, okay? I really don't want to have to repeat myself. Because this gives me a headache. It does. Oh, hey Dee, how you doing, darling? Chatters in the holler. So here's what's happening. Okay. Oh, I bet. Hey, Brenda, how are you, darling? I bet Ashley. I just bet. He's got to be cute. Hey, Daniel. Thank you. Happy Thursday to you, too. So here's what's happening, guys. Okay. So if you're in the Facebook group, I posted something the actual day that it came out, I think. Okay. And I held on to it and didn't post it here for various different reasons. Okay. And then I thought, you know what? No. I had, oh no, D. Oh, I hate to hear that. Oh, Ew. I had a few, okay, during our last live chat. Let me start there. During our last live chat, I said something to the effect, and y'all don't even remember what I said, okay? I don't. But I said something to the effect of, just in passing, we're not going to get political here, okay? And I had several lose their mind on me because of what we were talking about, okay? Yeah. And telling me what they thought I could and could not talk about on my own channel. Well, here's the deal, guys. I respect almost everybody except for carding number 77. I respect you guys, okay? I respect what you say. I respect your voice and things like that. But when you come at me sideways, okay, especially over something like that, okay, especially over something like that, and you try to tell me what I'm allowed to talk about on my own channel, if I listen to everybody and the things that I could talk about and the things I couldn't talk about, this would be us on our live chats, okay? Crickets. Absolute crickets. Can't talk about this because this person's going to get pissed off. Can't talk about this because this person's going to get pissed off. So on and so forth. Do you see what I'm saying? I only speak on things that are either relevant to what we're sitting here talking about, okay? One, that affects us as a nation, us as a country, and I know I've got a whole lot of people from out of the country and stuff like that. But if it affects us as a nation strongly, like Charlie Kirk and his unaliving did to a whole lot of us here in this community, and if it didn't affect you, I don't want to hear it, okay? Because I know how it did me. I'm going to speak on it, and I don't see anything wrong with anything that I've done for that, okay? I just don't. I simply ask, did anybody watch his wife's speech? I think that's kind of where, we went last time. But anyway, let's move forward, okay? I posted something in the Facebook group. We talked about it. All was good. All was fine. And I thought, after thinking about the things that were said to me in between the last live chat and this one, I thought, you know what? No, this is relevant. This is important to our cause, okay? This could be really good news for not only us mamas of addicts, but loved ones of addicts across the board. It needs to be shared. Because I don't know who sees this and who don't. So here's what I shared, okay? I'm going to click over here. It was a screenshot of the president's announcement that as of the morning that I initially posted it in the Facebook group, on his orders, U.S. military forces conducted a second kinetic strike against positively identified, extraordinarily violent drug trafficking cartels and narco terror in the Southcom area of responsibility. And it tells where the strike occurred, and that they were transporting illegal narcotics. And in big bold print, it says a deadly weapon poisoning Americans. We've all said that, right? We've all said it. And that this was headed here. That shipment was headed here. It talks about how that, the trafficking cartels pose a threat to national security, foreign policies, and vital U.S. interest, which is, one is us. The strike resulted in the unaliving of 3 terrorists. No U.S. soldiers were harmed in the strike. And there's a big warning on it. Big bold letters. Be warned. If you are transporting drugs that can kill Americans, we are hunting you. The illicit activities by these cartels have wrought devastating consequences on American communities for decades, killing millions of American citizens. No longer. And I posted that. And I said, and I meant this, I've held on to this little nugget for a couple of days now, and I've read it over and over and over again. And let me tell you something. Every time I read it, I got a big old shit-eating grin on my face, and I applauded. Okay? Some will poop on this because of who is doing it. I know this to be fact. Boy, was I ever right. However, those of us that have been in the trenches fighting will be overjoyed that someone has finally heard our screams and our pleads and is again finally doing something about the drugs that have been flooding our country, unaliving our kids, our loved ones. I call this a huge step in the right direction. If you've never had to be the one giving your child CPR or Narcan due to an overdose and you didn't know if that breath they took was their last, you won't understand. If you've never gotten the call, text message, or knock on your door, you won't understand. To me, I don't give a rat's ass. That's what those 2 little emojis stand for, okay? Who does it? Just get it done. Plain and simple. I don't care who did it, okay? But apparently, some that have been in this chat for a long time, okay? You've listened to me. You have, and it's funny because just the other day, was it the last live chat or the one before that? You were telling me how great I am and how much you loved me and how this channel has saved your life and you've learned so much and blah, 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 blah. And then you want to pitch a fit on me. That's one. Okay? I had no less, y'all, I spent a whole day deleting comments, deleting people, deleting emails. Even threats of physical harm to me. For the simple fact that I got excited that something is finally being done to, and there is a gnat in here, to try to stop the flow of drugs that it's taking our kids out, okay? But something's finally being done to stop that flow of drugs from coming in. And I just said, I'm serious, y'all. I've sat here and just held my head, shook my head, and thought, I can't. I can't. Trump derangement syndrome is what TDS is. No, honey, we're just laughing at you, SMC 86. We're just laughing at you because you're a drug still coming in. Whatever. Bye-bye. You're done. Look, y'all can come after me. Here's the big thing. Okay? Here's the big thing. And I have not banned 3 of the commenters or the emailers that fixing to be. Okay? And I did that for a simple reason. They are normally in these comments on every live chat. Okay? You think because your real name showed up on my email that I don't know your channel name on here? Yeah. Funny how that don't work. Yeah. It's easy to figure out. Here's the kicker. Okay? I never said a word back to these people. And if you only knew how much energy that took for me to not say a word when they're threatening, calling me a dumbass, calling me a effing see you next Tuesday, calling me a effing witch. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. All because I posted that picture. And then, when they couldn't rile me up and get me started, one of them came after Aiden. Okay? Big mistake. Huge. No, you don't threaten my grandson. That was your worst mistake. So I left them on red, okay, with the hopes that I hope they're watching. And if you're watching, I encourage you to speak up. Run them mouths in the comment section. Hell, if you'll let me know you're here, I'll add you to the video and you can get on here and you can tell me exactly what you think. And I'll sit here and I'll listen to you. Okay? I'll welcome it. You made your worst mistake when you came after my grandson. Okay? That's an unforgivable sin. What does it matter? What does it matter who does what? Hey, Laura. What does it matter who does what as long as it gets done? That's what we're all here for. That's what we're all waiting to happen, right? I mean, it could be my kid that it saves. It could be your kid that it saves or your loved one or whatever. What does it matter as long as it gets done? Make it make sense, people. Make it make sense. So there won't be as many mamas out there that are getting that phone call, text message, or knock on the door. They're not, the drugs are not making it. Do you know how many millions, probably billions at this point, of dollars of drugs have been stopped? Do you care? Do you know how many pounds, hundreds of thousands of pounds of drugs have been stopped from coming in? Do you know? Do you care? Do you think that the trank and rhino trank that was introduced into this country and now has made its way to pretty much all 50 states, do you know how that got here? Do you think that that was made here? Because you're wrong. It was brought in across those oceans, across those seas. Okay? Well, I don't care that you don't care, St. Charles Travels. Okay? The rhino trank and the trank was brought in here across that body of water, across the oceans, where now we're sitting and waiting on them and stopping them in their tracks. Do you understand that? Do you understand that my son overdosed on trank and almost died because of it? Do you get that? Do you get that? Are you that self-centered and that despicable that you would rather... I'm not trying to reason with liberals. I'm not trying to do that at all. Please, zip it if you don't know anything about my channel, okay? I don't have time for it. Go back and watch the videos. Thank you, Karma. Sending you love right back. Hey, CF. Are you that self-centered and that despicable to where you would put your... And you're gone. No, you don't call me old lady. Okay? You're gone. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. You wasn't trying to help shit. You was trying to stir the shit. But would you rather put your child or your loved one's life on the line simply because you don't like somebody that's trying to help? Look, had the last one tried to help, I would have given him props. Okay? I would have given him props. I would have stood up and applauded. But he didn't do that, did he? No, he opened everything wide up. Here you go. And that's when trank and rhino trank and all the other things, that's when it got introduced and brought in and it took a hold. And are you serious? Are you serious? But you would rather put that life that you say that you love more than anything in this world You would rather put that on the line than to give credit where credit's due. Gotcha. Gotcha. You would rather threaten me personally with physical harm because of it. Gotcha. Gotcha. I see you. Okay? I see you. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest in the comments tonight. I don't know that they will be speaking, but they're there. So, they're watching too. If you think that I am going to allow somebody to threaten Aiden and nothing be done, think again. Okay? I'm a big girl. I can handle myself. Okay? I know how to fight. I've had to do it all my life, and there isn't that. I know how to fight. So, feeling froggy yet? But that kid didn't do anything. He actually thought the world of the person that threatened him. Okay? He did. So after this is done, if you don't have the balls, okay, and I've already told you, mine are made of brass and they cling together every time I take a step. But if you don't have the balls to come on here and say what you said in front of God and everybody, so you gotta keep us separated and go after the one instead of saying it in front of everybody, because you know. But if you don't have the balls to come on here after this live chat, I promise you, you're banned from my channel for good. There will never be an email response. You will be blocked on my email. Okay? And your information has already been turned over. So, there's that. We are discussing drug addiction and the lack of brain power that some people use in order to be happy that somebody is doing something about all the drugs that have been coming into the country, and just want to bitch about it and want to make threats to people that do care. Okay? That's what we're talking about. See, I'm an adult, okay? I can watch something, and if I don't like part of what they're saying, I can fast forward through that. Or I can, if it's a live chat, I can hit that X and I can be out of it, right? I'm an adult. I don't have to voice my opinion on everything. It's that simple. Okay? I don't have to send nasty emails. I'm an adult. Right? So, anyway, that's what my past 2 days have been. Okay? Dealing with stupid shit. And I I can promise you there won't be any more dealing with any of that. I told you all just a week or so ago, I'm done. I am done putting up with stupid. Okay? I am done. You're seeing a whole different side of me that y'all probably didn't even know existed. Most of you. Um so yeah, I'm done. I drink a lot of coffee and smoke cigarettes. That's how I put up with myself. Okay. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Ariel. No, thank you. I will. Hi, darling. Hi, Kristen. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. So let's move on from that. Okay. Let's talk about, since we have some people that actually care about, and I'm sure I just lost a whole bunch. I've lost a whole bunch of subscribers. Okay. And you know what? I'm okay with that. If you can't handle me talking about Charlie Kirk, or you can't handle me talking about what the president is doing and how I'm excited, y'all. That could be the difference between life and death for a number of our children or loved ones. Do you understand that? That could be the difference of life or death for my kid. Okay? It could. Yeah, he's sober right now, but hell, he's in jail. You know? What happens when he comes out? Which, by the way, we are a couple of weeks away from his court date. And I have an update for y'all on him, too. Okay? We're going to talk about him tonight a little bit, too. Because a lot of people like to bring up, you're putting his business out here. You're making money off of him. You're doing this. You're doing that. If he didn't know what I was doing, it'd be different. Okay? He has come on this channel and sat here and answered y'all's questions. For real. He knows. He knows what this channel is. He knows what it's about. He knows everything. Yeah. You know Joseph. So Aiden's had a rough week, okay? He's had a rough week. Missing his daddy. Joseph's been calling him. Okay? But he told us, he said, I just want to hug my daddy. And I thought, baby boy, me too. Okay? Me too. And so Kelly called the jail and asked whoever answered the phone, if there was any way that they could get a contact visit. Joseph is not technically allowed to have a contact visit right now. He's not been allowed since he went into this jail 4 months ago. And he won't be allowed a contact visit, technically, until he goes to court and is sentenced. And once he becomes a trustee, then he'll get one contact visit per month. Okay? So Kelly called up there and talked to somebody and asked if there was, explain the situation that, Joseph's been in there for 4 months. Is there any way that Aiden's having a tough time with it? Is there any way that they could get a contact visit with Joseph? Because Aiden just needed a hug from his daddy. And this person told her, you'll have to call back when this person is here. So she did. And she told them, this lady, the situation. The lady said, hang on just a second. And within seconds, she came back to the phone and she said, when can you be here? And Kelly said, tomorrow? And the lady said, be here at noon. So yesterday, Aiden got to have, Aiden got to have his first contact visit with his daddy. And Aiden got the hug that he's been waiting on for over 5 months now, since the 1st of May. He said, and I quote, I hugged my daddy about 50 times. He said, if I'd had time, I would have hugged him 1,000,000. That little boy's still walking on cloud 9. So last night, Joseph called Aiden, and Aiden was sitting on my lap. We were having Nanny Aiden time. He likes to have Nanny Aiden cuddle time, okay? Especially when he starts getting sleepy. He's always done that since he was a baby. So he, as big as he is, he'll still climb up in my lap and we will have our time. And we were sitting there last night and his daddy called him and he answered his phone and he said, Dad, since I just got to see you today and hug you 50 times, I'm going to let you talk to Nanny for a minute. And I said, no, baby, you go ahead. You talk to your daddy, And he said, no, you talk to him. So I got the phone and I said, I heard you had a good day today. And he said, Mama, I had the best day that I've had in a long time. And I said, you both needed that. And he said, more than you'll ever know. And he said, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that I effed everything up. I'm so sorry that I've left you in the position that you're in with the feeling that you have. Bye, darling. I'm so sorry that I left my son in the position that he's in. He said, if I could go back and change things, Mama, I would. I said, I know you would. I know you would. And all I wanted to do was reach through that phone and just hug him so tight. Just hug him so tight. And just tell him how much I love him and miss him. I know that time's coming. I know it is. I know that time's coming. I do. I cannot. Somebody in the Facebook group today said something about, why don't you go see him? You know, I'm not ready for that yet because I know I know what's going to happen as soon as I have to walk out of there and leave him. And my healing is not complete yet. I'm just not ready for that. I'm not ready to have to tell him goodbye and walk out and leave him there. Okay? I do plan on going to see him, just not yet. Just not yet. So, yeah. There's my Joseph update. I after Aiden got off the phone with him, I hugged Aiden up, pretty tight, and I said, "Man, oh man, I sure do miss that old daddy of yours." He looked at me and he said, "Well, you'd think I wouldn't after I just saw him, but I miss him already." And I'm like, "I know, buddy. I know. It's hard, you know. It's hard." But yeah, we've got court in, I think it's a couple of weeks. And I'm kind of nervous, kind of ready for this to be over with, you know? Kind of, I don't want to say excited, that's not the right word. Apprehensive, I guess. Because I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't. I really don't. I know that we will know an end date to all this, and we'll be able to, you know, relay that to Aiden and put it out there and see a light at the end of the tunnel and all the different things. I understand that. But my fear is, are they going to make an example of him? You know? Are they going to see the person that he can be? Or are they going to see the drug addict and judge him harshly for that? I don't know. I don't know. I plan on being there for his court date. I know Kelly's going to be there. That's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. I don't know if they'll bring him into the courthouse or the courtroom or whatever, if this will be done by video. I don't know. We don't know. You know, we've waited since what, the middle, end of June, something like that, until now. This is going to be his first court date for this county, or this, for the state. Um, so we don't know. We don't know what to expect. Is the other county that's waiting on him, are they really going to hold up their end of the deal and just, do everything concurrent to where, you know, when he's serving in the place that he's at now, he's serving that other county's time? I don't know. Oh, it's about a lot of things like that around here, Sandra. Unfortunately, it is. And most of them don't care if it's overcrowded. They don't care. So, yeah. Anyway, there's that update. And I'll keep you guys updated as this continues to move along. And, if you don't hear from me, I don't know what day of the week his court date falls on. I'll have to check that. But if you guys don't hear from me, I will let you guys know the court date. Okay? 100% for sure. But if you guys don't hear from me, I will be back. Okay? I will just need, depending on what happens, I will just need a little bit of time to take a breath. Okay? To catch my breath again, to be okay. Yeah. I had a friend that, said something about the holidays. I can't even think about the holidays right now. Okay? Holiday, Thanksgiving and Christmas, those are my holidays. Those are my big ones. Okay? Go all out, cook the big meal, have the family together. And my life just does not, my world does not go around without my children. Okay? All of my children. And the holidays are going to be hard. They are. And I'm going to have to figure that out. I'm going to have to figure that out because I can't. See, I'm one of those people that I pull myself away when I am going through trauma or hurt or pain or whatever, okay? I pull myself away because I know I am not good to be around others when I'm going through stuff, okay? I'm not good to be around my little dog in there. I'm not good to be around them. And so instead of showing up, high-facing something that I should be fully present for, or not being able to control my emotions very well, I just choose to pull back. That makes it easier for me. That makes it easier for them. That's just the way it is. My children know this about me, and they understand. Hey, Kathy, they understand. But, when it comes to the holidays, I still have Aiden. And the holidays are still big for him. Okay? And I do not want to let him down. I don't. Especially not this year with the probability that his dad's not going to be here for the holidays being as huge as it is. He deserves that. And, you know, I've got to make it uh, big for him, you know. I raised my kids like that, and he's no different. Oh, Sandra. Oh, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. Oh, bless y'all's hearts. Good night, Ashley. Love you. So, anyway, my little world, it's just that. It's my little world, okay? And I'm the star of it. If y'all haven't noticed that yet, I'm the freaking star of my little world. I am the queen of my little place here. And it just don't work right when one of my kids is missing from it. And no, this is not the first time that Joseph has missed holidays. Okay? Um it's not. I mean, there have been years that he was out and about and without a care in the world. I don't even know that he knew he was in this world during that time. And those years, I went through the same thing. But this is the first time Aiden is old enough to know and understand what's going on and that his daddy's not here. There's the difference. Okay? There's the difference. That's going to be hard. That's going to be hard. So, yeah. Well, y'all, I didn't sleep much last night. It took me forever to go to sleep, and I kept waking up off and on because I was hot under the collar. And all I can say is that y'all better thank God that I'm in my healing phase. Okay, if I wasn't here, I'm just saying. But yeah, didn't sleep good last night, and um, we're going to get through this somehow, right? We're going to get through this. We are going to just be thankful. Oh my God. We're going to be thankful that somebody's paying attention to us screaming and begging for help in this war on drugs. Okay? Like I said, it could be the difference between life and death for my kid, for your loved one. Even it might be the difference between life and death for you, for me. You don't know. Okay? You don't know. So, I'm choosing to not be pissed off about it. I'm choosing to celebrate. I'm choosing to whoop it up. I'm choosing to look forward to what happens next. Okay? I'm choosing our kids, our loved ones, over anything else. I'm choosing them and their potential in this life. I don't care who's doing it. I don't care. Okay? All I can say is that it's about damn time. It's about damn time. I sat and I watched so much devastation, so many drugs come in here. I watched those killer drugs get distributed throughout the country. Okay? And my first thought was, one, are they here already? Two, oh God, how many mamas is this going to add to the list that's going to get that phone call, text message, or knock on the door? How many mamas are going to be screaming and crying because they lost their baby? They lost their sweet child. Does nobody care? Is nobody listening? If they had to walk a mile in our shoes, would it change their mind, or would it just still be the same? I mean, hell, one was walking in our shoes and still is walking in our shoes, but we won't go there, right? We won't go there. Oh, Lord. Oh, Sandra. Oh, my God. Oh, Erica. Baby, I love you. This ain't going to stop until somebody puts their foot down. Until we, as mamas, or we, as whatever role you are, daddies, I'm calling out daddies too, okay? Until we put enough pressure. And y'all, I've said this before and I'm going to say it again. There are enough of us to where we could put the pressure on. If we could just all come together, okay? Clearly, there are some that are not team players. But if we could all come together, put aside all the stupid shit, and come together and make our voices one, we could have an effect. Okay? We could have an effect. We could push. When I said something about You know, Amelia Mama March, I'm in it. I am very serious. I love that idea. I love that idea. I know, Sandra, I know, baby. I am right there in that same boat with you. It gets exhausting. It does. It does. And I wish I had some words of wisdom for that, but I don't. I I am to the point right now that I take each day as it comes, and you know, there are there are days that I have to take it an hour at a time and get through it. But I'm getting through it, you know. We do have hope, and as long as somebody's working on this and somebody's doing something about this, we need what we need to do is we need to support this 100%. We need to support this. This is what we've been asking for. This is what we've been screaming for, begging for, crying, slinging snot for. Just this is it for somebody to freaking listen and do something besides allowing more and more killer drugs to come across, to come in. No, I'm not talking about the Charlie Kirk thing. I'm talking about drugs. Okay? And listen, if you guys, I know that if I wake up one morning and I'm not strong enough to deal with things and to put one foot in front of the other and to make it through the day, I know I can come to you guys. Okay? And I hope y'all know that about me too. Y'all can holler at me at any point in time. Whether it be through email, my email is in every description box of every video. On Facebook, the Facebook group link is in the description box, okay? And when you join the Facebook group, you have access to sending me a message on Messenger, or whether it be through Instagram. My Instagram link is also on in every description box. My contact information is there. And I want y'all to know that any time y'all need anything, all you have to do is reach out. Okay? That's all you have to do. The ones that love and support me, you're going to get 100% of my love and support back. The ones that are here to just drain me like an energy vampire, y'all are going to get told where you can go, and you're probably going to be given directions on how to get there. Okay? There were several people that lost every bit of my respect over the past 2 days. Didn't see that coming. Did not see that coming. So if you notice that there are holes or people missing in the chat, then you can figure out who did what. I'm not going to call out names. I won't stoop down to their level. They know who they are. Y'all will figure it out. You always do. But anyway, thank you for watching from Sri Lanka. Appreciate it. And what's in them jars is chicken broth. Okay? Just know that this is a hard week for me. Okay? Say a little prayer for me. Am I allowed to ask that still nowadays? You know, I've heard something about thoughts and prayers is almost hate speech. I don't know. But I sure could use some. I sure could. And that, see, I get so emotional talking about Aiden. That baby in there sure could use some too. He will never know what somebody said about him. Okay? Never. Will he grow up and watch these videos and see this? Maybe. Maybe not. But he won't know. Thank you, Monica. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, Sandra. Kathy, I am fixing to turn this thing off and go enjoy my Nanny Aiden cuddle time. He's waiting on me, okay? He's already been out there tapping on the door like I don't know he's out there, okay? But he's ready, so I hate to, but you'll just have to go back and watch the first of this and see what's going on. So, thank you all. Thank you all so much. So much. I appreciate each and every one of you guys being here. And if I don't see you before, I will definitely see you guys Sunday. Okay? Love you guys. Mean it. Have a good rest of the week. Tomorrow's Friday, y'all. Love y'all.